Hey everybody, Kit here, and welcome back to another Through the Veil episode, the prequel series with Adam and Alice, part 4. At this point I'm wondering if I should put the playlist, actually no, never mind. I'm an idiot. Ignore what I just said. Okay. Yeah. So, I actually don't have that much to say, so let's just jump into it, which I'm sure everybody's very happy with, but I hope y'all are having a good one. Let's get into it. When Alice woke for work the next morning, things just weren't getting better. Between the grind and her urinary tract infection, the worry over Adam and being homesick, she officially had brain block. Did Alice chill out and take a breather? No. So how is she here, out in the city with Evangeline Fate? Well, Evangeline called her, requesting her city friend take her to a place for some boba tea and girl talk. Coincidentally, it was after Alice had decided she was a neat individual after deep cleaning the apartment. Hey Evie, how are you? Alice was thrilled to see her friend. I'm doing well. Thanks for bringing me here. I've heard boba is the new thing and I really wanted to try it. Oh, it's great. This place is amazing. You will love it. 2 bobas, please and thank you. While they waited, they chatted a little. Evie started first. So, how are things? Alice sighed. Oh, been really busy. Work has me all over the place and chores at home keep piling up, but I am managing. Girl bossing, you know? Alice laughed, but Evie didn't. And Adam? She said, looking down at Alice's covered arms and hands. Alice subconsciously crossed her arms after grabbing their bobas and handing Evie hers. Oh, he's fine. Just been really stressed out about a case at work. You know my hunk, always out saving the world. She took a long sip of her tea. I've just been deep cleaning the apartment a little today. Sorry, I'm thirsty. Evie excused herself to the restroom. Alice sipped on her boba and naturally introduced herself to the curious-looking sim at the table, one Amira Westfall. She was something called a paranormal investigator, which sounded exciting and fascinating. You know, back home there is a ghost horse just across the ridge. I used to stay up at night, waiting for him to show up, Alice reminisces wistfully. Amira tapped away at her phone, smiling. You know, as a parent whose daughter is estranged myself, you should visit your father, sweetie. He misses you, and might have the guidance you seek. The apartment can wait. You deserve that time, and so does he. Evie got back from the bathroom, and Amira said goodbye, leaving without ordering anything, much to Alice's confusion. And the next morning, life continued to throw punches. She felt horrible, and knew it was time to go back to the doctor, realizing it wasn't just the urinary tract infection, but something else on top of it. And the little pop-up reads, Alice has contracted an illness. It seems to be a fairly severe case, so in addition to resting and drinking some orange juice or tea, she should definitely make a trip to the doctor and take some medicine in the meantime. But first, she had to go to work. She told Adam she would be late coming home, that she felt awful and needed to go to the doctor, even talked about skipping work. You need to eat better, baby doll. That'll fix you right up. But alright, fine. Go to the doctor after work. After all, aren't you the one who said they needed you at work? You can't just abandon them during Fashion Week. She went to work, then came home to work on an article for the column, sitting in that article before finally going to the emergency room, where they told her she desperately needed surgery. If she hadn't come in when she did, there may not have been anything they could do for her. Several hours later, and the surgery was successful, but Alice couldn't help but wash her hands several times, scrubbing her entire body down. It would be just her luck to bring some icky germs home. Thus, despite the brain block, UTI, and recovering from surgery, Alice found herself back out in the city, interviewing Sims and discussing outfits for the column. Thankfully, Wesley was there to make these tasks easier, giving her a genuine laugh for the first time in what felt like forever. Yet despite throwing herself into this life she dreamed of since she was a child, the stubborn homesickness wouldn't go away. When she went to visit GeekCon, once again waiting for Adam, who never showed for their date, Electra Rustfall was there in cosplay. "Hey girlie, how's life?" Electra grinned and nudged her. "Busy, but fine. How was yours?" Alice smiled, ignoring the pang of tears. Nothing felt fine. Excuse me. Just being the disappointing daughter to my dad for not getting married. In other words, I'm living my best life and having a blast. Alice was absolutely taken back. "Wait, isn't your last name Westfall?" A familiar little niggling started going at her brain. She'd heard that name before. "Yup. Why?" "I think I met your mom in a boba shop the other day. She was nice." If you're trying to be nice, don't bother. You can say kooky. She is. Electra looked past Alice's shoulder with a knowing twinkle in her eyes. Alice looked behind her, swearing she heard some sort of weird sparkle and haunting laughter. A lot of people are. More than you think, Electra said with a wink. Then they hugged and went their separate ways. A few weeks later, Alice got another promotion after taking the day off. And underneath the confusion, she didn't feel happy. She should be thrilled with a promotion, right? So why wasn't she? Meanwhile, inside the apartment, Evangeline Fate stopped by, and Adam was also inside. Evie was on the computer, and Adam was fixing the broken dryer. He disliked Evie because she didn't like Adam. He tended to ignore her or glare at her whenever she was around, and had told Alice he had a bad feeling about Evie, that she was bad news, despite the fact he never found any evidence of her being a criminal, despite his intense search, because he really tried to find something, anything, but he couldn't. So when she spoke to him that day, he was very surprised. "Congratulations on your promotion, Adam. I bet you were pleasantly shocked." At these words, the stupid dryer electrocuted him. The look on Evie's face was one he would never forget, nor the words that followed. "Listen to me carefully, Adam. I know what you are doing. I know what you are capable of. And if you harm my friend, if you betray her trust and the faith she has in you, there will be nowhere you can hide. Do you understand?" Evie had asked Alice to move in with her in Oasis Springs a few weeks ago. She even asked to move in with Alice. Alice wouldn't listen to her about Adam, and Evie would not see her friend hurt. Evie now understood, just a little, what her sister Felicity always said during their arguments. "What is the point of having magic if we can't protect our friends, dear sister? You can't just make everyone nice with sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes real power is needed." She let Adam feel a little bit of that power. His brain felt absolutely fried. Her words were scrambled in his mind, even as she stood up gracefully behind him, even as a fire began to come to life in the dryer, a fire spawned by a spellcaster's ire. Evangeline Fate would protect her friends and family, with sunshine, rainbows, fire, and lightning, whatever it takes. The firefighters came quickly, looking cool as a cucumber despite the serious situation. Or perhaps because of? Meanwhile, Alice and Adam were freaking out, along with Evie playing the part rather well, placing herself in front of Alice, just in case her fire got out of hand. Felicity was better at the whole fire thing. And inside the apartment, the firefighters just stood there, transfixed by the flames. Like a glitch in the Matrix, the fire would not be put out by mortal hands. Then, just as suddenly as it appeared, the fire died out, leaving the dryer in the state it had been before. It was utterly bizarre. And in the aftermath of this event, Evie excused herself to go home, Adam took a shower, and Alice, she discovered she hates writing after yet another successful column. And she wants to go home. She tried to voice her thoughts to Adam later. Hey, Boo, do you think maybe we could go on a vacation to visit my dad? I'm just feeling a little homesick. Go back to that country bumpkin horse poop town? What sort of vacation is that? I think Sulani is a better location, doll. But you would need to lose some weight to fit into a bikini. Alice didn't know what to say, her heart threatening to shatter into a million pieces. After that outburst, Adam quickly excused himself, feeling himself break into a cold sweat. He needed to watch his mouth. His temper was getting the better of him. Maybe a romantic woohoo to make up for it. Alice always loved that. She was easy. But truth be told, he hated the whole flirty facade. Hated it. He had so many problems at work, he didn't have time for this shit. But he had said the wrong thing, and now he needed to fix it. Ugh. He found himself working out at night after work, trying to let the stress and tension out in a healthier manner. Alice found herself daydreaming of home often, of breeding horses and petting foals, tending to a ranch and growing grapes for nectar. The less Adam talked to her, the more she daydreamed. And despite the fact that she and Noelle Foss had barely spoken more than a handful of times, Noelle was suddenly reaching out more, and almost as if it was magic. The relationship grew overnight. Now it wasn't just Evie checking in. It was Noelle as well. And that is going to be it for today. It was a little bit of a longer one. I do apologize, but bit of another juicier episode. Honestly, my game these last two episodes, my game was like, oh, okay, here, have a lot of curveballs. And honestly, it worked, and it was so much fun, but it was so shocking. Oh, did I just make a pun? Oopsie. But yeah, Noelle, Amira, Electra, and Evangeline, they all have one thing in common. So I wonder what that says for Alice. I wonder what that says for Adam. Adam and Evie, wow. Adam and Alice's relationship is on shaky ground. And Alice, well, her perfect city life is not as perfect as she thought it would be or was expecting. Any predictions on how this will end? Anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for this episode and for me. Hopefully you enjoyed this little this part for Adam and Alice's story, their little prequel story. I'm having a lot of fun, so for those of you who are here for it, thank you. I appreciate you. And I will see you guys possibly next week. I don't know. I always feel bad like saying, oh, I'll see you guys next time or whatever, because it's like, on the one hand you should be confident, on the other hand it's like I feel like if I make assumptions I make an ass out of myself. Yeah, I don't want to be a donkey. I want to be a dragon. I don't want to be a donkey. And now I'm thinking of Shrek, even though I never watched that movie. Okay, I'm going to go now, guys. Have a great week. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye.